Hey there, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, RC Instructor. And we're almost finished with this Avistar. A few more things and we'll be ready to take it off. Okay, in this video I want to explain that it's important to test the fuel tank before you go. So in order to test it, what I'm going to do is use my gallon of fuel here. I use Cool Power 15%, but you know, it's personal choice. I've been using this for a long time, works well. And obviously I have my hand pump. I prefer hand versus some electric pump. I can crank it, feel it, make sure it gets full and so forth, and count the number of cranks if I want. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the fuel line, the filler line, take out the stopper, put in the fuel tube, and then I also use a small overflow tank. Okay, even though I can see this tank here with the hatch off, it's opaque. I'm not sure how well I can see it, but in any case, I always like to pull the line off the carburetor, put the overflow tank on, because I really don't want fuel running into the carburetor. It's not a good idea. Okay, so I'm not going to bother to count. It's probably going to be about 30, 35 turns. Counting is not absolutely accurate, but here goes. Okay, takes 2 or 3 cranks for it to start actually putting stuff in. And can't see a darn thing in terms of fuel coming up. I have the airplane level, and that's always a good thing. Okay, I'm watching the air bubbles in the bottom of my overflow tank. There's a bit of fuel left in that overflow tank from the last time I flew. Okay, overflow tank is coming up. I'm going to crank that back down, get all the fuel out of the overflow tank. Okay, and then fill it up just a little bit until it comes back in the overflow tank. There we go. Okay, so the overflow tank just has a little bit of fuel in it. Well, you can't see a darn thing. I can see just a little bit here and here. I can see that the tank is full up to here. In other words, I can see that there's a line of fuel if I shake it a little bit. There's a line of fuel here, a line of fuel here, and that's where the vent line is. It should be, you know, the vent line's right here in the center. And so now I'm going to sit here and inspect it for a minute and make sure I don't see any fuel leaks. Okay. The foam underneath the tank looks dry. That would be the first place that it would absorb and wick through, and that looks dry. I don't see any fuel around the collar here. None of the fuel lines appear to be leaking, so I think we're in good shape here. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. The other thing I do when I empty the tank, in other words, I'm done at the end of the day, I'm going to empty the tank, is I will tilt this up a little bit and put this tank underneath the front wheel. So it's going to put it on the front wheel. I'm going to put it under my stand here, and that ensures that the tank where the clunk is all the way back will actually empty. So I'm going to the other thing in pulling this off, even if I can see the tank, I pull this off because there's going to be gooky stuff in the muffler, and you want to pull that gooky stuff into the tank. So I always pull this off when I'm emptying the tank at the end of the day. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. There it is. All right, so about 37, 35, 37, which is about normal. It's a 10-ounce tank, and these usually have about 3 turns per ounce. So it's in the right place. So I'm going to empty this tank real good. Okay, take my stopper, and you do this carefully. You hold it here, you pinch this off, and then you put the stopper in and nothing leaks out. Should be nothing in there anyways. And you put this back in place. And you always make sure the line is empty, but it would be already. Okay, so I'm getting a bit of leak from somewhere on my there it is. I'm getting a little bit of leak on this right here, so I'll have to grab a towel first and check that out later. So there was a bit of leak right there on the pump, not on the airplane. So the airplane's good to go. And don't forget to put your vent line back on the muffler, just to keep it clean. So that's all you have to do to fill and unfill, and make sure that there was no leaks, and still looks good, no sign of a leak. You'd see the green, or if you use the red fuel, you'd see the red, and I don't see anything. Looks good. Thank you for watching.